Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to make a basic sling. These are ones I used to make. I don't make them like this anymore, but these are very easy to make. And these I think the first sling I used was like one of these, and this is what I learnt on, so we go. First I'm going to talk about the materials I use. Here I have a leather one and a denim one for a pouch. You can use any material you want for a pouch. I say the leather was the best one, but if you do not have leather to hand, you can use a denim one, or you can use any material. I've seen wool, felt, cotton used as anything, which is part of the beauty of the slings. You can make them out of pretty much anything. The cord, here I've got paracord because it's quite strong, but yet again you can use anything. You can use garden twine or like nylons, like fine nylon string, or anything like, I don't know. Have I said wool? I'll say wool again. So there we go, and now I'm going to start. Okay. You need to measure out a rectangle on a piece of paper, 5 inches long by 2.5 wide, and this will be your template for your sling pouch. What you want to do then is you want to mark off 2 holes. Can I find a pen? Yeah. You want to mark off 2 spots. That's going to be where you put your holes in. You want them to be 1/2 inch in either end. I'm just going to do this by eye, but obviously you want to measure them out when you're doing it. Then what you do is you'll mark them out, and then what I like to do is slightly cut the corners off on the sling as well. So you mark them all off, but to get it even, you fold it, and then so it's like that, and then you fold that again, so all the corners are in one corner of this little thing. And then you can cut this off like I normally do it about 1/2 inch in once again. So there's your corners. Show this is coming out in the video. There you can see them. And you just take that off. So you end up with this sort of shape. It's like nice. Then you'll cut the holes out. This is one I made earlier with the holes cut through. Then you want to transfer this to a piece of whatever the fabric you're using, like that. So boom, boom. When you're cutting the holes, make them smaller rather than bigger, because you can always make them bigger. And so yes, that is your pouch done. Just sort of line it up and fold it and check that it's all even. So you fold it over and check both sides are even, and you check that lengthwise, so check it's all even, because obviously the more equal it is, the more accurate it's going to be. Then you have your cord. You just tie them on. You can do special different little knots, but I just do like a simple knot, or some sort of, is it called a reef knot? I was a Boy Scout, but I can't remember what the fuck they're called. So just knots either end to tie string on. Oh yes, the way I work out the length of string is I do it from the tip of my index finger, middle one, to basically my armpit, and that's it works out for me as about 30 inches. Obviously, if shorter arms, you can have short slings, or you can have longer slings if you want. But that's how I do it. I think that's quite a sort of good measurement between, you know, length and power and everything like that. Then one of the ends, so obviously you put a piece of string on either end. Then you want to put a loop on one end. You want this to be the same size as your finger. Obviously not too tight, you need to get it on and off, but you know, tight enough that it's not going to come off when it's pulled. Just right. So you have that like that. Then what you want to do, so you got your finger in your loop. So then you want to sort of, where you want to put, I think it's called the trigger knot. You want to, so I can twist this the right way. You want to make sure that the pouch sits nicely, like, I'm not sure if you can see that. You want to make sure it sits nicely. There's a weight. You want to put a weight in it because it will sit differently than when it's obviously empty. So you get your weight in it. And you want this to be not, try and see. That's like too low, you know, too high. Sit right in the middle, happy as anything. Because otherwise, if you throw it, the stone will fly out. And obviously, test which way you sit your wrist. If you have your wrist down when you sling, or if you have it up. Obviously, you need to do that for that. Check out for that. Stick a little knot in the end. What I like to do is put a loose knot in first, then you can slide it up and down just to finally tune it. And you got that, put them tight. I think that's about it. Ready to rock and roll. If you get the sling, you start playing with it and you find it's really, really nice, what I like to do is on the knots is put a little drop of super glue, not on the sling pouch, but on the string, so that it's fixed and it'll be the same every time. But you don't want to put it on the pouch, just in case you have a leather pouch and the string breaks, and then you'll have to make a whole nother leather pouch, which you don't want to do. And there you go. Bye then.